كلاسيرا متعة التعلم الذكي.
Our training program today includes different types of assessment tools in Clasera. We're going to create assessment template for each from school admin account, copy and edit from old template, report card transcript, view assessment from teacher and supervisor account, questions and answer. After training, you will be able to know different types of assessment, how to create each type, how to copy from a previous template, how to link the assessment to a specific subject or many subjects, how to assemble different assessments in one transcript. Assessment tools, definition. As you know, assessment tools are techniques used to measure student academic abilities and skills and to assess the student performance. And the main purpose of using the assessment tools is to improve student learning and teacher teaching and learning. Of course, in our learning process, we need to gather information about the student. And when we do this, we determine their next step. For me, if I know my level, I can work in improving myself, right? I think all of us like this. I want to ask you something, and please write on a chat. When we can use the assessment tools and for what? Write your idea, please, if you know. You can write it on that chat. Diagnose test, okay. What else? Assessment, yes, we use it to assess what? The student, in what exactly? Level of student, level of performance, yes. The skill, understanding, very good. End of chapter. Topics, yes. Very good. So we can use assessment tools for assessing the performance of the student in a task, in a skill, behavior, even report, project, any kind of end product of the student. Now, in Clasera, we have 4 main types. Rubric, rating scale, checklist, and descriptive. Descriptives, in this one, the teacher can write general comment or notes for the student. Okay, now let's talk about rubric. In rubric, we have level of performance, and for each level, we have descriptive sentence or word for each item. And number of indicators equal number of levels. And each item has different description of performance. Now look at this picture. This picture is from the system. Let's read this item of this picture. First here, we have the level of performance. Who's choosing this level? The educator, the teacher, the academic coordinator. Here I have 4 levels. We start from the lesser to the higher. This is the least value, and this is the highest value. So I have beginning level, intermediate, high, and advanced. Not applicable, this one is coming by default from the system. You don't need to add it in your performance level. Here is item of evaluation. In this form, I have 3 items: writing, listening, and participation. And for each item, I have a different description of performance. Now let's go for writing. In writing, the beginning level can't hold the pencil in the right way. In listening, the beginning level is not focusing. In participation, the beginning level very weak in the class. So each item has 4 indicators with different description for each level. Now we have here some percentage. What is this? In Classera, to create an assessment, you have to give a weight for each item. And the total weight for all items should be 100. Inshallah, in the practical part, it will be more clear for you. Now, for this assessment, I have 3 items. I gave this one 25, 25, and 50. Of course, you are the one who decide which item will take which number, okay? So here I have 25 plus 25 and 50 is 100. What about the weight of each level? From where does this number come from? Here I have 25 and I have 4 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. The weight of each level equals the weight of the item divided on numbers of level, which is 4, multiply on the level number. Okay, again, try to be good in math today. I know it's confusing a little bit, but inshallah you will do it. And the good thing, we are not doing this calculation. It's coming from the system. All we need just to give a weight for each item, okay? So just to know that this number is coming from the weight of the item divided on the number of the levels, multiply the level number. So 25 multiplied by 4 equals 6.25. Divided by 4 equals 6.25. Multiply 1, it will be this. Multiply 2 will be intermediate. 3 will be high. And multiply 4, it is the highest mark is 25. So when you choose advanced, this is mean your student can write a whole paragraph and his level is advanced and he got 25 out of 25 of this item. Is it clear till now? Inshallah, in the practical part will be explained more and will be more clear for you. Okay, so this is for the rubric. Again, we have level of performance, item of evaluation. Each item has indicators or rubric, and this rubric is different from each item to another, and each level has a different description of performance. Now, before going to the other slide, let's go to the chat and see if there is a question about this one. We can assess at any time before, during, or after we assess the performance. 25 divided by 4, then multiply in the level number. Okay, for this equation, again, I take the weight of the item, then divided by the level of the performance. So I have here 4 levels, so it will be 25 divided by 4 equals 6.25. Then this unit, I multiply it, this unit in the level number. So I have here, this level is level 1, and this is level 2, 3, and 4, from the lower to the higher one, okay? So 6.25 multiply 1, same, multiply 2, 12.5, multiply 3, and multiply 4, okay? Now let's move to the second type. Rating scale. In rating scale, again, we have level of performance, item of evaluation, but here each item can have any number of indicators or skills. In other meaning, I have a main item and sub-items, okay? And each indicators have the same level of performance. This student, if I wanna evaluate this student and his behavior, so I have here 3 indicators: sharing with his friend, listening to the teacher, teamwork. If I choose needs improvement, in this part will be record in his report needs improvement, and here good, and here very good, and here needs of improvement, and here good. So I don't have here description words or description sentence for the level. The good thing about this part that the item can accept any indicator that I want. And when I create the rating scale, I just add the items, and whatever I add indicator, it will take the weight of the item and divide on the number of indicators. Again, inshallah, in practical part, we'll see this, and it will be more clear for you. So here, this one, this weight, from where it comes from? I have here 70 for this item, and I have here 3 indicators. So this item, 70 divided by 3 equals 23.33. And this indicator, the weight of this indicator is divided by the level of performance. And again, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 23.33 divided by 4 equals 5.83, and then multiply in the level number, which is 1, here 2, 3, 4. So if you choose excellent, this is mean your student, he took the full mark or the higher grade in sharing with his friend in the behavior item. After this, let's move to checklist. Checklist, it's very easy to implement. Teachers need to record whether the skill is observed or no. It's just yes or no answer. I don't have here a level of performance. I don't have level of performance. So here, this is my items, the indicators, and just check yes or no, and then you can write comments. Actually, comments are there for all types. Teacher can write comments in any assessment next to any item or indicator. And again, I have here 3 items. Total weight of them is 100. Then each weight is divided by the number of indicators. And here I don't have level of performance, just check yes or no. Any questions till now? Let's go to the chat before we move to the next part. Very clear, thank you. I joined a couple of minutes. Do you mean we are going to make use of this rubric to assess the student performance? It's up to you. You can use rubric, checklist, rating scale. You are the educator and you know what is meet your goals and objectives in the school. Okay, you put your design and you put your criteria. Okay, so you can choose any kind of assessment that meets your goal. Okay. Let's move to the next part. Before going to the practical part, let's review some important notes. When you're building an assessment tools, you have to define your target and goals, and of course, state your learning objectives in your school, in your educational center. Choose your criteria with your team, teacher academic head, supervisors. Create your performance level from lesser to higher. This is very important. And even when we write it on the setting of assessment, we always write it from lesser to higher, okay? And put in mind that you don't need to put not applicable in your performance level because we have it on our system. List your items, your evaluation items, and make sure that each item or the total weight of all items should be 100, okay? The other calculation done by the system. Determine indicators for each items, write description for each level if it's rubric time, and make sure it's well-written description of each level of performance. Now, let's go to the practical part from Classera. This is the account of school admin. The school admin is the only account who can create assessment tools. What if the school admin is just from the administration or he or she from doesn't have academic background? So he will create, but who will tell him what to do? So for me as educator, teacher, or supervisor, I have to put my plan. But I used to use just a paper and a pencil to just write down my ideas, my criteria. Now we can use external files, Word or Excel to choose your evaluation criteria. Here I prepared an Excel file. Okay, I see some people are raising hand. Sorry. Sorry for this. There is a question, 100% this is meeting recording must be sent us, please. Of course. This recording was sent for all of you. Okay, now let's start for this one here. I have two assessments.
Sorry, Mrs. Wafa, there is
Yes.
another question from Mrs. Dalia. The question before that one, which you already read.
Okay, sorry for this again.
The rubric to assess a student's performance.
Let me go there for Ms. Dalia. Do you mean we are going to make use of this rubric to assess the student performance? Okay, Ms. Dalia, we have many kinds. We have rubric, checklist, and rating scale. So it's up to you and for your team to choose which assessment tool is good for you and meet your objectives and your learning objectives, okay? But here in our system, we have these three types. You can choose any one that is good for you, okay? Now I will explain how to create and you will see if it's good for your criteria, your evaluation criteria, the rubric or the rating scale. You can use both of them. Some schools, they like to have descriptions for each level, so when the parents got the evaluation, it will be more clear for them. Some schools just use level, good, very good, excellent. So it's the decision, it's up to you, okay? Okay, now let's go to the Excel file. Here I have two assessments. The first one, assessment one, I have two items and I have indicators or the skill that you evaluate the student on, and performance of level. And here again, I have assessment 2. I have 2 items, skills and indicators, its descriptions, skills and performance level. Do you think, I know that we didn't start creating the system, but do you think for assessment 1, which type of assessment I can use, and for assessment 2, which type of assessment I can use? What do you think? Please give me any name that you think this one is perfect for the assessment 1, مثلا rubric, rating scale, checklist. Let me see. Ms. Rawan, she said 2 rubric. Okay. Any other idea? So Ms. Rawan thinks that I can use rubric type for assessment 1 and assessment 2. And oh, very good. Number 2 is rubric and number 1 is rating. Very good, Ms. Rawan. I think you have experience in building assessment. Okay, now, exactly as Ms. Rawan said, we are going to use rating scale for assessment 1 and rubric for assessment 2. Now, let's see. I have here personal knowledge, item number 1, and here I have 5 skills or indicators for this item. And I want to have for each indicator this performance level. There is no description for each performance, so I'm gonna use here rating scale. Then here I have 2 items, okay, like for example, recognize and trace numerals from 0 to 10. Okay, so can you see this item? It's already taken from here, from this one. So I need to have more information or more details about the student level in this item. This is why I will make rubric for this one and explain or describe the exact level for this item. Again, in this one, I have 2 items, and for each item, I have indicators. I have 5 for the first, 3, 4. The other one, and here I have 2 items, and for each item I have description for each level. So I have here traces and recognize all numbers from 0 to 1 in any sequence. So this one is number 3, the low. And here traces and recognize most number. This is the medium level, number 2. Traces and recognize all numbers, and this is the highest level, is number 1. And here for the second item, I have identifies and names some 2D shapes, So I have here, this is low level, then medium and high. So in this one, I will use rubric, and this one rating scale. Again, when you build your criteria, you are the one who designed these skills and indicators according to your learning objectives and what do you really expect from this assessment. So I will go here. This is school admin account. This is the main page. Go to the side menu. Press on forms and assessment. Then press assessment. Large the screen. Then here I have 3 tabs. I have 3 tabs. New assessment, copy from template, evaluation report. From here, you can search by title, evaluation title, behavior, so for example, right, behavior, or you can search by template. If you already copied this assessment from a previous template, so you can search by template name. This table, we have the title of the assessment created by, here by school admin and Wafa Hassan. Why this? Because some schools, they have many school admin on the system. So it's just telling you who created this assessment. Is it a template, yes or no? And the previous template or the old template that you copied from, the type, date of creation, and some action you can do on this assessment. From here, you can show how many rows per page, export this table, copy, print, Excel, PDF, customize the columns. What if I don't want to see the template or date, and so on. Now let's go to the action. Here I created some assessment already. This one, to view the assessment, so just press on it. This is the form. And here, some information about this assessment, subject evaluation, the name, created by who, the type, levels number, and description of this one, and created date. Another action you can do is to edit and delete, and here to add items. Okay, we'll talk about this when we create the assessment. So first thing, we will create from scratch our assessment. Press on new assessment, and I already have my criteria on Excel file, okay? Now let's take a title with student evaluation. Here I have courses. Here, to link the assessment to the specific course or the course that you want the teacher to evaluate from. If this assessment is for a specific subject, so I just choose, for example, geography grade 10. But if this assessment for all subjects, it's a general assessment, so you can choose all in one. And in other words, you don't need to create many templates for all subjects. Just one template and link it to all subjects. Okay, but if it's a specific assessment like math assessment or English assessment, so in this case, you have to link it just to the specific subject that you want. And when you link it to the subject from here, it will appear in the teacher account, all teachers that they are teaching this subject, okay? So here I link it to the courses. Then let's go down and choose the type. We said the first assessment will choose rating scale. I will choose rating scale. How many level? Let's go and check. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 level of performance. So when I choose the level of performance, I have here the level number 1, 2, 3, 4. I will start from the lesser to the higher. This is very important, okay? When you type the name of the level, start from the lesser to the higher, okay? Now, before writing the level number, I have here something called level column title. This one is an optional for you. You can choose the title of the column that will appear in the final report for the student. For example, I will write here the skill. Sorry. All right. The skills. Level numbers, the easiest thing is to take it, copy and paste. You have two options. You can take C, B, A plus, the letters, or you can take a word itself. Some schools, they are using A, B, C, and then add a grade table to describe the level. So it's up to you. Let's choose this one, the word. So copy, then make, paste, again, copy, paste, copy, and paste, copy, and paste. Here, closing evaluation, you can choose a date, and this date that your teacher will not be able to evaluate the student anymore, or just leave it open. It's up to you. We have here some options. Let's read it carefully. Allow detail and edit evaluation. When you choose this one, you will give an option to your teachers to edit and delete their assessment, and they can redo it again. This is very nice option, by the way, if you are not sure yet of your evaluation. If you are not choosing this one, this is mean the teacher will evaluate just one time. They will fill the assessment just one time without editing or redo it again. Allow teacher to copy from template. Okay, if you choose this is very nice option. In the teacher account, they can make many copy from this template, and it helps where if you have like a weekly, some school they have weekly assessment or monthly assessment, that many copies for it. So you don't need to go and create for each time this template. You just assign this template for the teacher to make copy from it, and the teacher from their account, they can copy anytime that they want. Show evaluation to student and the guardian, whenever you are ready, just press on it. Hide percentage. Okay, do you remember this part when we talked about, let's go to this one. When we talked about the weight of all these levels, what if you don't want your student to see this level? The weight or this percentage. So you have the option to hide it from the final report from your student. Okay, just it will help you in creating the assessment, but you don't want your student to see this percentage, just see the level, the words of the level. So in this case, you press on hide percentage. Okay, this assessment, it's for what? It's maybe for monthly evaluation or weekly. So I will write weekly, just a brief description. Evaluation for students, and then press submit. Before pressing submit, is there any question in this? Any question? I will go to the chat and see. Any questions in this part? That's good. This is mean it's clear or it's not clear at all. Okay, thank you. So press submit.
Mrs. Wafa, in case
Yes.
no question from their side, so it should be a good chance for you to start asking them.
Yes, okay. To see if they are focusing or not. Okay, checking of understanding. Okay, I will.
Yeah, please.
Here, this is my assessment. Let's view it. Oh, where are the items? Who can tell me why it looks like this? What is happening to my assessment? It will be like this? Of course not. I just put my setting, okay, and I will start to create the items and indicators, okay. Every time, if you need to check your progress or your creating process, just go from the view sign to check all your assessment, okay. Type here, I will go to add the item. From where? From this small arrow. I see some questions in the chat. I have a question, Mr. Ahmed. Do we have publishing date for the show? Student, actually we don't have a publishing date. Once you check on this box, it will be published in their account. If you uncheck, it will be removed from their account. Okay, Mr. Ahmed, you didn't selected template. Okay, when we add assessment, it's by default a template, but when we copy from an old template, we have to select it as a template. Okay, look here, it's already a template. If you have this green check mark, this is mean it's already a template. So when you add, it is a template directly. Okay, and no items created. Yes, very good. We're gonna create it now. Add item using drop down arrows. Very good. Thanks and great. Okay. Now from here, I will add items. Now let's go to my Excel to see how many items here I have. 2. Who can tell me or who can remember what is the total weight for all items? Who can tell me the total weight for all items? 100. Very good. Excellent. So I have here 2 items. Do you think the first item, what is the weight of the first item or the second item? Who can guess? Personal knowledge and general knowledge. What do you think? 100, 100, 70 for both, 30, 25, 50. What else? 30. Okay, all of you are right. Okay, the weight of the item is up to you. For me, I think personal knowledge is more important than general knowledge, so I will give weight, for example, 80, and this one will be 20. Okay, the weight will be very important if you will make a mark, calculate a final mark or a final percentage for your student. Okay, but if you just needed to build the assessment on the system, just put any number that you want. Okay, so here I will choose 80 to 20. Maybe some of you choose 70 to 30, 50, 50. And when you create this item with 80, so this is mean all these will be 80 divided by 5. The weight of each skill will be 80 divided by 5. And here will be 20 divided by 3. Okay, so let's go and start to create and add our items. It's up to the teacher, yes. From the small arrow, here, items. New item, it's empty right now. So I will add here the first one. Again, if someone give you a file, just take it, copy and paste. And the weight will be 80. And then make submit. Then new item, copy and paste. And here I will write 50 and submit. Oh, why I have this message? What wrong did I do? Who can tell me? It's more than 100. Very good. It should be 20. Excellent. It's by mistake. I put 50 for this item, so the system will not accept this. So again, copy it, paste, and write 20. Excellent. So now I have 2 items. The total weight is 100. Later, if you want to add another item, okay, after 1 week or 1 day, so you can just go and edit on this number. For example, I will make it 50 and then add another item out of 30. Okay, so you can change in this weight later if you need to add another item. I'm done from the items. Now let's add indicators. Here, I will add my indicators. Okay, now the system is telling you you are in item personal knowledge, because if you have many indicators, maybe you will forget which one will go there and which one should be with which item, okay? And will get confused. So it's better for you to read this one. Now you know that you are in the personal knowledge. So you will have this one, copy it, and then submit. And you can add any indicators that you want, any number. And then submit. I'm gonna add only 2. Then go back here to the other item, general knowledge. Then I will have only 1. Oops. And then new assessment indicator and submit. I added 3 indicators in this assessment. Now I want to view this one. So here I have 2 items. The first one has 2 indicators out of 40 each one, okay? And this is the weight of each level. And here I have only 1 indicator for this item. What if I want to stop like this? After I see this assessment, I said I want to stop, I will not add anything. It works. It will work, okay? Why? Because in this one, in the rating scale, I don't have to add the same number of indicators to the same number of level of performance. I can make it less or more. It's up to me, okay? So here, this one you can publish to the teacher and they can add their evaluation on it. And when we will create a rubric, we will see the difference in this part, okay? So for now, this one is okay. You can just add later the other indicators, okay? And whatever you will add here, this weight will be divided on the number of indicators. Here I have 40 for each. If I will add another one, it will be 80 divided by 3. Another one will be 80 divided by 4, and so on. Okay, like this. Any other questions in creating rating scale? Because now we'll move to rubric to see the difference. Any other question till now in this part? What if after a while it is required to change the name of this level? What should you do? What should you do in this part? If the academic head came to you and told you, I want to change the name, I want to put 1, 2, 3. So what will be your action in this part? Are you going to delete it and make it from the beginning? You will go back to assessment and edit from, very good, and edit. Excellent. All of you will go and just edit from here. I will go and edit on the setting of the assessment. So anytime you can change in the level, the name of level of performance, okay? From here, I can edit from the level name from here. And again, if you want to be ready, but I don't want my teacher to see it, it's not done yet, so don't link it to the course until you are ready. If I'm for example taking too long time to creating my assessment, a week or a month, so in this case just remove all courses from here, so all teachers will not be able to see the assessment, okay, until you're done. Then go and link it to the course, okay, and then don't forget to make submit. Okay, there was a question about from where we get this Excel file. Actually, this one is done, I did it for the training, and for you, you can do it by yourself. It's like brainstorming for your criteria, for your skills and your evaluation techniques, okay? So most schools, they make like groups from teachers or supervisor, and they create their skills and evaluation items, okay? It's better for you to use Excel file, especially if the school admin will create it on the system, so it's better to have it organized, so it will be easy to copy and paste. Later, inshallah, when you are have more experience, you can go directly to the system and start to create from inside directly, okay? Right. Now we will go to quickly to the rubric. Again, I will have another one. Let's make it student evaluation rubric. Choose the required course. Type will be rubric. Levels number, I will go and see on my Excel. I have here 3, 1, 2, 3. So I will write here 3. Skill level. Then from here, from lesser to higher, again, this is very important. So I have here 3, 2, 1, or low, medium, high. Let's make it low. Medium. Oops. Medium and high. Closing evaluation, choose your option and then make submit, and any description if you want, then make submit. So I have 3 levels of performance. Now let's add the items. Okay. Here I have 2 items. I can give them 50-50. I have the first item, copy, paste, and 50, and submit. Then go to the other one, copy, add new item, and out of 50. Okay? So I have 2 items. I will start to add indicators. Now, here we have very important note. For the indicators in the rubric, you have to add it from lesser to higher again. Same like level of performance. So here I have, this is here low, and this is the medium, and this is the high. So when you add it, you will add the first one, lower level, then I will make copy, submit, then medium, paste, then submit, then high level, then submit. Now let's see what will happen. Look, I have now the list of my 3 indicators. Why it's coming this page like this? I can't add more because I have only 3 level of performance. Do you remember this page? When I said here, each item has indicators, and these indicators equal the number of levels. So you can't add one more indicator if you don't have a level for it. Okay? Let's try. Look, I will add here anything and make submit. Look, the system gave you a wrong message. The item indicators must be equal to the number of levels while the assessment type is rubric. Okay. Now I'm done from the first item. Let's go to the assessment and check. Type here. I'm done from the first. For the second, the system is telling you that this one is required, and this is very important. Later, if you have really a big one, a big assessment with lots of items like 20 or 30 items, and maybe while creating the assessment, you will forget any items or any level. So when you check, you will know what is missing and you will go and fill it. So here in this item, second item, I have 3 are missing. So I will just go and add them. So in rubric, I have to fill all my indicators. But in the rating scale, do you remember? I stopped. It was 5 and I entered only 3 and said, that's it. I don't want any more in this time. So here, again, from lesser, submit. Submit. And the last one. And submit. Now, assessment. I'm done. Let's check. Now it's done. I'm finished from my rubric assessment. Okay, now I hope it is clear the difference between the rating and the rubric assessment in creating and in the final report. Now I will go and see this one. Now this is for the rating scale. I have items and indicators for each item and level of performance. And for the rubric, I have items, I have level of performance, and each one has a descriptive word or sentence for each level. Okay, like this? Please, any other questions in this part? Any questions? Pen.
Mr. Wafaa, I'm not sure if they are find the differences between the 3 types of assessment tools, rubric, rating scale, and the checklist, and even the benefits during using all of them. So how about asking them about the benefits, or how can I use or activate these kinds of assessment tools?
Okay. Let's ask them. Okay, there is a question how we can reach the recorded video for the session. It will be sent for you later, inshallah, don't worry. Okay, I want any one of you please to tell me how we can apply rating scale rubric in the school. How we can apply this one. Give me an example, please. If you got the idea from this creating assessment tools, how we can apply. Any idea? Or you already using this one? Okay.
I mean, in which cases, how can we apply it?
How can we apply this one? Sorry, Mr. Ahmed, it's not clear for me. What do you mean exactly? You mean how we can apply in the subject, or in which skill we're going to use this assessment for it?
Like for example, is it preferred to use a grade in particular subjects, something like that, or for example, at the end of semester or at the end of year?
Yes, okay. Okay, anyone have any idea about the answer of this question? In your school, when do you exactly use this assessment? Subject-wise, okay. Let's go there and see. Some answers here that we can use the assessment for KG in reading and math, all subjects in KG, of course, for student performance during the lesson. Very good. Some schools, they are using like a general assessment to assist or to measure the performance of the student during the lesson time itself. And some are using for subject-wise. Yes, maybe at the end of each unit, you can use it to measure it for each subject. And how the student progress on reading. Yes, if I need to just measure the reading only. So in this reading, I have, this is the main item, and I can make any skill that they can recognize a letter, or they can recognize a phonics. They can read the beginning sound, say a full word or a full sentence. So you divide your skills upon to your objectives. Weekly and monthly report as well. Some schools, they have weekly assessment for the student, monthly, end of the year and end of the semester. Yes, writing assessment.
Actually, and sounds good. Now we have a lot of kinds or ideas to apply the assessment tools. Now the new question is, at this point, as I think, is there's some referrals between these three types of assessment tools? Like when is a suitable time to apply a rubric or rating scale, and how can I know exactly the differences between all of them?
Okay, now this is very good question. Now we have something called, for example, a checklist. We didn't create the checklist, but for checklist, if I have a project for a student, and this project for the student, it was required to apply some skills for it. Just for example, I wanna to evaluate if he submit the final project, yes or no. Did he do it on time, or he submit full details, or with all documents? So just to check, is it yes or no? I don't need here to make levels or for each items or each indicators, right? What about the component of this project itself? The component, I can take it and make another assessment rubric for it. So I take just one item from this project. Again, I have here items like submit the final project. I will add here on time, full details, idea, check yes or no, yes or no. This idea, اللي هي indicator, I can take it and make another kind of assessment for it. I need to see the idea in details. This idea, does it meet all objectives? Is it clear, has a setting, beginning, end, and here like a writing paragraph, if it's writing, and that's it. So in some cases, you can use the three assessment in the same times. Like this one, let me here in this rating scale, I just need this skills, this general knowledge about this item. Okay, I just to check these levels, just A, B, C, and that's it. But what if I wanted to have details about this skill? So I will take it and make another assessment. So I put it here in another assessment. And for this assessment, I will describe the exact level. So this one, I have another 3 level of performance. Who put this 3 level of performance? Maybe you can put not medium or maybe low, good, very good, and high. You are the one who's putting this level. What is the scale or the measurement that you will use to measure this item, which is coming from this item? So again, this one may be coming from your learning objectives of the subject. And each subject has learning objectives, right? For each unit. So you can put this is in this scales or this indicators and connect this learning objectives with this item. If I need just to check overall level for this item, so I can make just rating scale. I don't need to describe each skill in or each level of each skill and write like rubric. I hope it's clear. I'm not sure if you got it or no, but I hope it's clear for you that you have these 3 types and you can apply this type according to your objectives. Yani some schools, they like to use rubric in their assessment, but it's required to use rubric for higher grade, not for KG. Okay, but some schools, they prefer that the parents, they got a full description for each level, for each skill, and for his student or his child. But in rating scale, just overall level. I don't need to describe for each level. So again, Mr. Ahmed, is it clear for you? Is it clear for anyone?
Actually, it's clear for me, but the question is, I hope to be clear as well for them.
Okay, let's take from them. Is it clear for you? Let's see, this assessment have to be prepared by the admin only and made available to the teachers. Yes, you are the one who should create it on the system. Only school admin can create assessment on the system. Yes, until now it's clear. Okay, alhamdulillah, it's clear for some people. I think the educators themselves, maybe they will understand this better, okay? When we can apply the rating scale or rubric or checklist on my school or to help, مثلا, or to serve my learning objectives, right? Okay, now let's, we'll come to know when we sit and create on our own the steps, okay. Let's go to another part, how to copy from a template. Now, if I am, I was creating some templates and I need to have these template again and just make some modification. So in this case, should I go and create from scratch? No, you have an option to copy from previous template. So from here, you go, press and copy from a template. Choose your type for this template. If you don't remember, you can just try to search. So if I need rubric, it was rubric. Here I have all my previous template on this school, created by me or by another school admin, okay? If I need to copy from, for example, this one, but I'm not sure, is it the one that I want or no? So just press on preview. Yes. Okay, make sure this is the one that you want. Then go again from here. So yes, this one, so choose it. Then give it another name, copy. Make sure you choose is a template. Then go down and submit. Okay. If you know, if you are, you know the real name of this template, you just type it here. and choose your template, okay? Only one template per time. You can't copy many templates in one time, just one template per time. So just make submit. Now this one, the name of the assessment, created by who, and the name of the old template, okay? And then you can go there and make your editing on it. You can make any addition that you want, okay? Just wait. You can change the name of the level, okay? Select it to the, link it to the right subject, change the name of the level, make your choices here, hide percentage or no, then make submit. So from copy from another template, you can create a template just once and then make copy from it and make some simple editing, and that's it, okay? And instead of creating from scratch for every time for this part. Up here, I have a questions. If I have a template for each subject and the teacher will assist from her account. Now the student or the parents, what if they want to see all reports or all evaluation in just one report? Do we have an option in our system to do this? What do you think? You have an option to collect or assemble or assessment in one report so the student and parent can see it. Let's see the chat. The templates are from school account. Okay, there is a question here. Templates, you can see only the templates for your account, for your school, okay, not for Classera. Only the templates on your school that you have access on it, okay? Yeah, sure, yes, I think, yes. Templates are only used in your school. Yes, that's true. Okay, let's go back to our questions. Yes, of course, we have something called transcript. Yes, to link it with the report card. Very good. Here we have report cards. If I went to grade management, we'll not go in details in this part. We have something called transcript. Let's read. Generate a dynamic transcript combining different reports from different semesters or years to be published to students and parents, okay? And dynamic reports and assessments can both be added to transcript. Now let's go and create.
So, Mrs. Wafa, sorry for interruption. The
Yes.
transcript means it's a good tool to let me combine between more than one report card or even assessment tools.
Yes, to assemble all the assessment tools from all teachers in just one report. So
Yes.
here I will have total. Just write total reports or total assessment. Will not go in details of creating it. Just I will go there and choose my templates or my assessment that I want them to appear in this report card. So here I have all assessment in this school, in my school. I just need this one, for example, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay? Then here we have a creation header and footer. طبعا your school activation supervisor can help you to show you this part, how to create a proper transcript and how to make a header and footer for it. Okay, this is how just we link this transcript to the assessment in the report card. Okay, and we have very nice thing. You can just move from here and make the right order that you want, like this. link it to the desired level. Same like report cards, okay, and then make submit. Now let's see, I have created one before. Let's go to review transcript. I have here all students. Now Fadi, we did do his assessment before. Let's view it. Now this is the header, and here I have two assessment. This is the rating scale, and this is rubric. This is the final report for this one. Here I have the items, the indicators, and this is the level. You remember we used to have here 4 level, and here we have 4 level as well for the rubric. And do you remember when we were creating the assessment, there was a box for column title, column level title. Do you remember this part? Here you can choose the name of the column that you want, okay? And you can change it later. For level number, here it's appear because we choose don't hide, not to hide the percentage. But if you choose hide the percentage, this one will not appear in the student account. So it's up to you to let this part appear, yes or no. Teachers note, this is from teacher account when they add their note, okay? You can control or you can choose to appear or not. And this is the indicator, and then you can add, of course, the footer here. Okay, this is a general review, very simple one for assessment transcript. We collect all assessment here in one report. Usually we use it in first semester and second semester KG report card, but you can use it anytime for any kind, any grade you have it on your school, okay? I want to show you something. Let's go to the teacher and let's see. Teacher Ammar and login. Now, for this teacher, this is the dashboard for your subject. Now I will go to the third dot. I have here assessment. When you link the assessment to the subject, it will appear here in the teacher account. And then they can start to evaluate directly. Now for this one, I will press here, evaluate. I have the list of all students in this level, okay? This one they did evaluate before. For this one, I will start to evaluate. Then this is the assessment that we did, and I can write any comment here. Very good. And I can write my comment. مثلا, teacher loves you. And then submit. So this is from teacher account. What if I need to edit from here, delete it and redo it again? This is the final report, the item, the indicator, and the level number. Again, this one you can control to make it show or appear to the student. It's up to you, or the student school requirement. And this is the level of performance and the comment. Okay, and here's some information about the assessment. What about the supervisor account? I will go here. Sorry, supervisors. We have this option that the supervisor can see all assessment and follow up with the teachers. And this is very helpful, especially if you count this assessment in a final report card. So this is the main page for the supervisor. This is the teacher name. Then from here, go and press assessment. Oops. Why it's not shown? Let's do it again. And then assessments. It's not there yet. Strange. Anyway, from here, when you start to evaluate all students, it will appear here, and your supervisor can see and even can edit and add anything in this assessment. Okay, so it's because many supervisors, they were asking how we can see the evaluation. So from their account, they can see the evaluation, edit, and even delete. The same actions for the teacher, they can do it from their account, from here. Okay. Now, again, I know it's a heavy module in Classera, this assessment tools. I hope it's clear for you, and I'm ready now for any questions. If you need to ask, I'm here with you. Just post it on the chat. By the link to the, okay. Just type your questions again, please. Mrs. Wafa, there is any option where supervisor can see whole report of a student? For now, they can't. They can't see the whole report, the transcript from their account, just the assessment. But for now, they can't see the transcript or the whole report from their account. Okay, good session, but just need to understand the situation where I choose which type of assessment. Yes, which type of assessment? Okay, for me personally, when I was using this part with the schools, I found many differences for each school. Each school has their own criteria when they wanted to add their evaluation. So if you did your research about these types, and you will find you can apply them in any place or any skill that you want, any behavior for the student, any subject, weekly, monthly, but you have to choose which one is perfect for your school. Okay, I know it's a hard decision for take, but by experience, I think you can do it. You can just make your research and see which one is better for you to use it in your school, and which one for your, even for your student level. Yani KG is different from higher grade, from primary, and so on. And if you want to use it weekly or monthly or end of semester or as a final report. So all these factors will help you to choose which one is perfect for you to use it in your evaluation or assessment type. Of course, assessment will be different for KG and primary. Yes.
I have a question here, Mrs. Wafa. How about the other rules, other user rules, like the management, like the HODs in the departments? How can they view or navigate the assessment tools? It should be from the admin side first to conduct the review card containing all of the assessment tools, or there is a particular place to view it.
Okay. For the supervisor and the teacher, they can see the assessment itself, but they can see the full report card, the transcript from here. This transcript. Only for the school admin, but for the manager, I'm not sure. We can go now and see. if they add this option for the manager to. Okay, we have here report cards. And here, yes, from here I have assessment report. So I can just, and yes, so the manager can see the full assessment report or transcript for this student. Yes, from تقرير الدرجات, or let's do it in English, sorry for this. So this is the manager account. From the manager account, you can go to the report card and you can see all types of report card, even the transcript, and this is the one that we did. And view, and this is the full report card from the manager account. Yes, so the manager can see. Let's see for supervisor as well, because I didn't check this part. We can go to the supervisors. Again, to this one. Then here, let's go, say add. So far, there is no way that they can see the full report. If you have any idea about this, Mr. Ahmed, I'm not sure. I think they just see the assessment from the teacher's details and should appear here when they finish assessment, but not the full report card.
Yeah, it seems from the manager account.
Manager,
yeah,
yes.
He can note the conducted transcript or report cards containing all of the assessment tools. But for the HODs or teacher supervisor can just see the assessment tool.
Yes.
In case it's published from the teacher side.
Yes, yes. That's true. Okay, let's see. Can you show how will assessment appear in student account? Okay, before we go, let's go. So in this case, I have to go to the assessment itself quickly and then edit on it and choose show to student and guardian. Just wait for loading. Choose this option and then make submit. Then I have to users, students. It shows Fadi. Then login. Now here, I have notification that he got assessment. Let's open it. The only action is view. And this is. So I have here the item indicators, level, and again, you can hide this one, full mark, student mark, and percentage. Okay.